for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer and drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're gonna settle on a score. And for 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4.
Hello, welcome to 420 Live. I'm Jeff Kravitz. Yes, I am. I checked. I looked at my ID today and it said Jeff Kravitz. I'm like, good. I still remember who I am. I hope you remember who you are. As you can see, there's a lot going on in our world. There's a lot of moving going on. People are moving. People are moving out of the White House. People are moving into the White House. People are moving into all the states. I just saw on a U-Haul report, all the states where people are moving are states that announced that COVID is over. Florida, Tennessee, Texas seem to be the hot places people are moving. People are already moving to Nashville. And I know the Trump eviction clock, huh? There you go, Leroy. I'm going to check that out. Whistle Monster in the house. Hey, we are watching history, folks, which is, really hard for me to come with the guests today. So it's just going to be me talking to you. So chirp in as you feel necessary. It's hard to distract from what's watching the history that's going down. If you saw Joe Biden's empathetic speech, I mean, come on. One thing we've been missing in America for the past 4 years is someone that cares about anyone besides himself. It's all been about him. And now it's going to be about us. So I hope you're ready for what's about to go down, because his guys has such an agenda, like on Joe Biden's plate right now. I can't believe the things he has to deal with. Unfortunately, we hit a milestone of 400,000 dead today. And it's very, very sad. 100,000 in the past month. So things are really escalating out there. Numbers are absolutely going bonkers, and everybody should be out there taking care of themselves and erring on the side of caution. A theme that I've talked about consistently here is taking care. Yeah, there you go. You like that, Leroy? My tip shirt. This is the old school tip shirt, the one they released just when they did their big fundraiser. I had to get it. It's classic, all the old tip stuff. Yes, Sue. Amazing breath of fresh air to watch someone up there with compassion and intelligence that's going to bring science and empathy. Two of the things I talk about in my art card today were science and empathy, which are two of the things that have been non-existent from our lives in the past 4 years. I mean, we're empathetic towards each other. We feel each other's pain, but it's amazing that the guy in charge of our country, the one who's supposed to lead us, and the one thing that hasn't happened in the past 10, 11 weeks since he lost the election is any kind of leading or dealing with any kind. We've been in like a holding pattern where nobody's really dealing with anything. Everybody's checked out. Everybody's gone, packed up, pack it up, move it out. I mean, I really appreciated watching the moving trucks load up at the White House the other day, but even better was watching them unload at Mar-a-Lago and just be like, yeah. And then Melania gave her speech. I mean, I was just about to watch Joe Biden come down the steps of the private plane he had to take because Trump wouldn't send a plane for him, and he doesn't want to give him a tour. And I can't imagine being such a sore loser. I mean, I'm just like the next guy. I hate to lose, but this is just unbelievable. Thank you, Kat. You can get your own, if you like the tip shirt, go hit up that Tipatina site. I got a new DBA shirt too, which is absolutely amazing. Tom did a great job. Amazing material, nice art. I love it. I love all my New Orleans shirts, and I'm still waiting for my Press Hall shirt. That's taking a while to get here. Ben's got to be backlogged. Oh, and it was a hell of a weekend. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff has happened in the past since this year began, if you think about everything that happened. But I've been pulling pictures. I've been sharing pictures about everything going on out there because there's just so much going on. And I've been going through my photo stack to find the shots. And I've been fortunate enough to find a little something on almost everybody that's been in the news lately. I mean, our buddy, what was his name? The guy from Yeah, Phil Spector died. I shot Phil Spector one time in 1993 at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction dinner in Los Angeles, the Century Plaza. The first one I shot, which I believe they inducted Cream and the Doors. It was an amazing night, actually, in a tiny little ballroom with like 500 people, and in the back shooting that and shooting the Rivals. I saw Phil Spector, and I'm like, oh, Phil Spector took a picture of him, and the picture he has natural hair. But today is a true legend's birthday, and I shared this. If you follow me on Instagram, Jeff Kravitz on Instagram, very easy to find. But today is Dolly Parton's birthday, and I took this picture in 1992, and this is pretty much, you see that all the time on TMZ, good genes or good docs. Well, Dolly Parton never made it. She never let the genes kick in. It was good docs from the very beginning. But here's good genes, right? This is the 1992. I mean, of course, there's plastic surgery in 1992, but the advancements are heads and tails above where they were. All right. There we go. And there's Dolly singing at the Oh, yeah, this was a tribute to Reba McEntire in 2006. There she is. I think that's also 2001. I didn't really see, oh, no, there's 2001. I didn't really see Dolly a lot, but I had a couple good looks at her. But I mean, hey, look, I got a face that needs plastic surgery. I need a hair transplant, but she does not need plastic surgery. I mean, she's a beautiful lady, but I get it. It's like an addiction. You get a little bit and you want a little bit more. Oh, that was the other big story, was a Sex and the City story, but hold on. I'm going backwards here. I'd be going backwards. Oh, there's Dolly. This is at the joyful something noise, maybe premiere. You can see her eyes get like more and more slanted. Like in the beginning, she's got these big, beautiful eyes. And here, you can't even see the colors. But what a beautiful lady. Without her, we wouldn't have a COVID vaccine. So I have nothing bad to say about this woman. Oh, this is a great shot. Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda at the Emmys, their 9 to 5 thing. And here she is with Miley Cyrus. And this was at the Grammys. Miley joined her for Jolene, of course. And then Katy Perry and Casey Musgraves came on. I have a couple more pictures we'll get to in a little bit. But true legend, Dolly Parton. I mean, few people have had that time. Yes, happy birthday to Owsley Zorn there from the UK, and Owsley Stanley's birthday today, too. I just saw that on Osiris Media, our parent company, has a beautiful post on Instagram with some amazing photographs of Owsley. And Jay Blakesberg also had some amazing amazing shot of Owsley with a story about him wanting to get a portrait done by Jay. And Owsley did not like his picture taken probably more in the 60s when he was making all that LSD, but he was not a camera guy. So, I didn't bring my Owsley belt buckle today, but I have one, and I saw it in that Osiris post, and I've just realized how lucky I was. So shout out to my friend Adam Cook down there in St. John, Big Adam, and for one of the most amazing gifts I got this year. I mean, 2020, there was some movement going on. It wasn't all bad. And I made a lot of resolutions, and I've started working out, using the kettlebell and doing a little exercise, a little dance class, and trying to get myself in shape. And let me tell you, I am so out of shape. My body is so sore. Oh, that kettlebell is a killer exercise. I don't know if you've tried that, but yeah, you want to be like me. Leroy, and the other pictures I wanted to share, hold on, was something that would be near and dear to your heart, was what happened to our friends in NOLA. This weekend was that they lost a big game against Tom Brady, who finally brought Tampa Bay into the playoffs. And 1 year in the NFC, and he's already brought the team in. And the Cowboys haven't been able to do it for years. But the Saints, we all have a big soft spot for the Saints. We love New Orleans. The Saints has done an amazing job. Drew Brees has done an amazing job. Here he is at Jazz Fest with Trombone Shorty and his kids on stage. The kids, don't look like they could care less. But look how cute the kids are. They're a lot bigger now. If you saw them the other day catching the football with Tom Brady after the game, that was an amazing moment to see the two guys compete. And then afterwards, just showing out. And nice pass to the kid in the end zone there, Tom. And then Drew with his wife, Brittany. That's from NHL Honors in 2018. And here it is at the Academy of Country Music. Drew would come out to events. And yes, I know Drew got Me Too'd or whatever you want to call it for his, not understanding the kneel. You don't understand the kneel. If you can't understand respecting the flag at this point, and you saw what happened 3 weeks ago at the Capitol, and how people are using the flag as a weapon to beat the police, I'm still blown away. The footage this weekend unveiled by the New Yorker. I mean, I must have watched that 10 times, and it's just unbelievable to me, unfathomable that people would go in there and try to blame it on Antifa. This wasn't Antifa. This was the FA. This is the fascist. This is what happens when people try to force their opinions on us. That's what you saw out there, fascist. Antifa is not necessarily a bad thing. You want to be Antifa because otherwise you're either a fascist or you're not a fascist. There's no middle ground here. There's no middle line. Fascist terrorists, and they all came in. And went and pissed all over our seat, our house, not their house. It's all of our house. This is our house now. No, it's all of our house all the time. Doesn't mean you can go walking in it. And, let's face it. It's one thing to go to Disneyland and pull out the camera and take a picture of you with the castle in the background, or maybe with, Pluto or Goofy or Mickey or Dopey. I'm picking all the good ones. Doc or Happy, whatever dwarf you are, or whatever princess you think you are, going to Disneyland and taking your picture and then putting it up on your Facebook for everybody to see. What are people doing? They're taking their pictures, trespassing on federal property, and then posting it up online. They're photographed, videotaped. The FBI has just got like a treasure trove. It's like everybody went and they blew their shot on January 6th, with no cohesive plan. I mean, if you really want to take over a government, folks, you don't do it. You have to be consistent, Now, none of these guys are going near Washington, D.C., because you got to be a complete idiot to drive up to a checkpoint with a gun in your car, right? And that did happen, didn't it? So, anyway, the place is called 420 Live. Dopey, right? You think about the characters, the Disney characters, you really got a good choices there. Pinocchio, that would be our ex-president. Watching him get all his shit together and leave. I mean, he tried so hard. I'm just trying to think about him staying in office. What would he do? He doesn't even want the job. He's not even doing the job. He just wants to be in control. And it's one thing if he was there and he was trying to do the job and he was doing such a great job that you were like, oh shit, how could you take this guy out? But no, not the case. Anyway, I'm here by myself with you guys, so I'm going to hit the bomb. We have a little sour cookies today from my friend Brett Riesner. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need a minute. Oh my Lord. It didn't work out though, did it? He might have been wanting to line his pockets, but it really didn't work out. I mean, killed the brand. Killed the Trump brand. Killed the Trump name. Ivanka's holding on that she can run for Senate, and Laura Trump, but that name is not a political name anymore. He went in a brush fire. He's fucked. I think the SDNY charges come out on the 21st. So the day after, I'm just going to slam that guy. And now he's got Georgia. Look at that sour blue dream there. NOLA. I had the chem blue. Everybody's mixing the blue dream with everything. I'm glad you're getting good weed there. It's really the only way to stay sane. But, I was driving with my daughter yesterday. We were running some errands. On Martin Luther King Day, we took the day off. For Martin Luther King Day, we were all off and running around town. And, I drove by and there was this huge billboard for this cannabis oil. like up on top of this building. And I was like, yeah, we're in the fucking upside down. Cannabis is legal, is like the only good thing about our world right now. We have so much work to do. I really, Joe Biden, I hope he doesn't need more than 8 hours sleep at night, because man, I don't know how he's going to sleep, because he's got so much on his plate. And I just can't imagine what would happen if we had 4 more years of Rumpy up there just not doing anything and just letting this disease get worse. 400,000 dead to 4 million dead to 40 million dead. I mean, he kind of wanted to kill the whole country just for his own gain. It's kind of crazy to want to have that much power. I would always think about, what would you do with all that power? Like, what would, okay, you're in charge. You're in charge. The world is yours. What do you do? Call up a bunch of Instagram models and have a party? I don't know. What do you do? What do you do when you're in control? Do you like, okay, I need more money now? You're already in control. You already got everything. Now you need more? No, you got everything. So what do you do? I'd have a concert, play some guitar, smoke some weed. Kravitz for king. I would have it going on. Moving on. I'm just watching, pack those bags, and a lot of people are moving. I have a lot of friends moving, watching the real estate values go up in Austin, watching the real estate values go up in Florida, watching the real estate values go up in Nashville, even Denver. People are on the move. They're on the move out of California, even though the real estate values here are still pretty good. They're on the move out of New York City. In New York City right now, it's a hard place to be, I guess. Some friends are having a great time. Others not so much. Sending positive vibes and blessing to Smoking Joe Biden and Kamala. Yes. Hopefully he got out the plane all right. And I guess our president today is going to give a farewell speech. I heard he wasn't. He is going to give a farewell speech and talk about his accomplishments. Putting us in massive debt, putting a lot of us out of work, ruining all the fun. I mean, the one legacy you got to take away from all this is that he fucked the fun. Can't have fun. Can't hang out. Can't go see your friends. Can't go to the bar. Can't see a band. Can't play in a band. Can't play sports. Can't go to a park. Can't go to the beach. Can't go to a restaurant, even outdoors. What can you do? Stay home and have kids. Have more kids. With all your power, what would you do? Wayne Coyne, Flaming Lips. See, great thinkers think about this stuff. I mean, I always thought, it was funny because every movie you see, the guy wants to rule the world. Like I was watching Wonder Woman, and he's like, I want to rule the world. It's the worst movie too. I want to rule the world. I want to rule the world. Why? And what would what would you say? I mean, only if you have something good to tell people, to be one person to be like, I want the power, everybody to bow down to me. And for what? Just so you could say, I got everybody bound down. I don't get it. You heard in California, you're not allowed to even whistle. Yeah, you can't whistle. You definitely can't sing, But I have to admit, it's 81 the other day. We went down to the beach for sunset. It was packed down there, but everybody was there. Dogs running around. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. The weather's so nice. But, you can go to the mall and shop, but you can't go and sit down and get something to eat at a table. I don't get it. COVID-19 is very rude, Whistle. It's lame. It's taking all I can't believe like the fun. Like if I remember my kid Zach when he was like 3 or 4 years old, I came walking into the party. The kids were all running around crazy, and I was like, and he's like, Dad, you can't stop the fun. You can't stop the fun, Dad. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to stop the fun. I want to bring the fun. But I ended up grabbing him and taking him home anyway because it was time to go. So I did stop the fun, but he was 4, so I could stop the fun. But you can't stop the fun. I mean, all the fun. I mean, really. I mean, staying home's not bad, but it's not fun. Technically, it was outside. You said a bar. Oh, you saw a band at a bar at a band, a band at a bar and a band. See what happens when I smoke. So it's not a speech. Yeah, he's got to do a video recording. Well, his wife did the same thing. I got to say, Melania was up there making her speech. Well, hopefully we have some funds coming. The PPP loans are on the way. I get you. It's brutal. These restaurants are going to be able to hold on. Yes, a lot of places are closing. A lot of places are closing, and it's really sad. Like I said, I was sitting there the other day and just thinking about it and seeing that billboard for cannabis and thinking about where we were and just like how on the upside down. I mean, I kind of wish weed was still illegal and the world was back to norm, back to the way it was. I'd never had a problem getting cannabis. I don't think any of us that really wanted it had a problem. Now there's a lot more selection, of course, and all these different things like oils and things to eat and hash rosin gummies and all this crazy, delicious stuff. But, it's not really where you need it for any sustainability as a lifestyle. We're in the upside down and everybody's reinventing themselves. We've I was on Clubhouse the other day and I got in a conversation with my friends from Backline, and I started talking about losing occupational identity. And one of the girls said, well, you're very successful at what you did. And I was like, yeah, I had a great career, but I didn't want it to stop like that. I mean, to shoot 4 events since March or 5 events, whatever I've shot, is just crazy. You forget what it's like to do the job that you do. Whistle, you have that problem when you can't go to the games and put on the makeup and go out there and root on the Saints. I mean, I'm sure that's a part you feel that your life just isn't where it needs to be. So, but we're all there together, at least, unless you're in Florida, Texas, and Tennessee, and Idaho and Montana, where I saw everybody's on the ski slopes enjoying themselves. And, good on everybody out there enjoying themselves, spreading that COVID around. I got 2 conspiracy theory conversations today. One was about the Great Reset. Are you guys hip to the Great Reset? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's about to happen in Davos, Switzerland coming up. They have the Great Reset coming. And it's going to be a whole new way to look at our world and what's going to happen after we come out of this COVID. Some people are calling it the Roaring 20s. Some people are calling it the Age of Aquarius. But as you know, we're all going through a change. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can see it right here. Biden heading to Washington, crying today. Oh, my God. It touches my heart to see a president cry tears of empathy or tears just of happiness that he's gotten so far. Watching him, he was in Delaware getting ready to head to D.C. and just watching him talk about all his friends and family, help him get. This is the 3rd time running for president. 3rd time's a charm, or 3 strikes and you're out. They all good conspiracies start in Davos, Davos. I know it was probably spell check, but yeah, in Switzerland, they're starting some conspiracy theories there with the billionaires who are already setting the way we live. I guess they want to microchip us. Everybody's afraid of the mass vaccinations. Personally, I'm like, sign me up. I watched a guy from the Men's Health Center on TMZ yesterday talk about Harvey had a great interview with the guy. And he's like, we're throwing away vaccines. So he goes, if we have people here, we're going to give them vaccines. He goes, I don't want to throw away the vaccines, and we need to come up with a system in the United States. There's no systems in place for the vaccine or for the overages or for, that's what I want. I'll go wait in line for a couple of hours if I know at the end of it I can get vaccinated. And, listen, do you have any idea the amount of substances that I've tried in my life? The amount of times I've been vaccinated, the amount of things I've ground scores, a grilled cheese sandwich in a parking lot. I mean, come on, let's face it, folks. We've all pushed our limit when it comes to eating dirt and spiders. And, I actually ate bugs when I was in Mexico with Dan Berkowitz and my wife and Olivia Millman. We all went out to dinner and had an amazing meal. And the first course was bugs. You take some bugs and put it in the dip and put it on your chip. I ate it. I'm not afraid. Don't be afraid. Davos, Switzerland, the Great Reset. The Great Reset is coming. You know who else had a big birthday this week? It was somebody I've seen since I first came out here. It was Jim Carrey. Another 1992. This is at HBO's Comedy Central. Sue, I agree. We've had no leadership for 4 years. We've had a guy out there, and all he was trying to do was make sure that he could instill corruption and be corrupt for longer and longer and longer. is the most insane thing I've ever seen, really. And now he's trying to put this guy in a DHS or what it is to make sure that he could stay in. The one attorney, I'm sure everybody saw that today. The Pentagon's trying to sweep him in the last minute. Anyway, Jim Carrey, both born in 1962. He's in January. Mine's coming up in May. 59 years old. And he has had an amazing career. Like when I remember seeing him on Living Color, and then came out years and years of beating it up as a stand-up out there to make it. Here he is at an award show with my good friend Steve Granitz, who we've had on the show, sitting on his lap, getting slimed at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards with Will Smith at the Kids' Choice Awards. So look how handsome. Look at his hair, looking good. With Clint Eastwood. This is at Show West. I used to work with the National Association of Theater Owners, and they do the big event Show West every year. And I'd be in a room with all this high-pressure talent. Like, I mean, like the biggest names ever. I think I have to do a book just on Show West, because the pictures I got, you just can't believe everybody posing it up. Yeah, Jim is my age. Yeah, see, I'm my age too. Here he is with Adam Sandler. This is also at Show West when he had a part of his routine where he did this thing about the a sheepdog barking, and he'd drink water and then the water would spew out. Fortunately, I'd seen the routine on stage before, so I knew it was coming. So I was ready for Jim spewing the water. It's good stuff. A great shot. I didn't even, I forget. I've been at this so long, and there's only 500,000 pictures on Getty Images that are searchable that I've shot in the past 3 decades plus. And it's backstage, shake and bake right there. Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. That's the MTV Movie Awards. And here he is with this is the last shot. I got him in 2017. This was at the Mel Brooks the documentary called If You're Alive, Eat Breakfast. Carl Reiner, Mel Brooks, Dick Van Dyke, and he was sitting next to Dick Van Dyke in the audience, and that beard, something else. But also Jim, amazing job on art. I mean, he's been doing amazing caricatures of Trump and everybody in this circle and Rudy and everybody. So hats off to Jim Carrey, one of the other ones. Oh, and here's the Phil Spector shots. I actually do have those. Here's Phil Spector. Here he is with Mick Fleetwood. And this kind of looks like Penny Marshall on the side there. And there it is, Phil Spector, looking very normal, like normal hair. I think this was before he got into the guns and kind of lost his mind. Here he is, the Spector Squad, the Wall of Sound. I mean, I don't know who those guys are. Some record execs. He didn't go out much. Should we sex appeal it up? Yeah, let's do that. All right. And then I think you saw some of these pictures a little bit earlier, but Sex in the City is coming back. 3 out of 4 girls are coming back. As you know, I have a long relationship with HBO and doing all their parties and events. And Sex in the City was, he was, it was mostly in New York. So they did most of the premieres in New York, and then they started bringing them out in LA. So I got them a couple years later. But here, I think this is the last shot of the ladies. This is, I think, the earliest picture I have of the 4 of them together. And Kim Cattrall, obviously, they couldn't hit her number because she's not coming back. And I don't know. My kids are pretty banged up. But here's one of the perfect, like an Emmy shot like this at a party with the awards. I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker won most of the awards on that show for Best Actress. So I'm sure Kim was a little bit butthurt. Here there, Mr. Big. I heard he's also not coming back. But you could write people out of scripts these days. Tragic accidents. Oh, another big story this year. Kim Ye. That's all I need to say. Kim Ye. Yeah, I would have left a long time ago. I don't have that kind of patience. It's crazy, isn't it? Like all the news is happening at the same time, and you're just like waiting for everything. It's like a waiting game. It's like we've been waiting, but at the same time, shit's bubbling up. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in DC. I mean, my thoughts are on the best, but like everything I think of, they talk about on the news. I was like, they're talking about thinking about drone strikes. Like what happens if you fly a little drone in there, you know? And then they talked about it yesterday. Well, you got drones. We got the ground secured. You got to secure the air. Man, it's hairy. I'll tell you what, I'm not going anywhere near Washington, D.C., downtown L.A., Sacramento. I'll be watching it all from my house tomorrow. We will not be going live. It's an incredibly historical day. We're all going to be watching unless something really breaks out. And I'm like, holy shit, I got to talk to my people because this is too much. Yeah, Jim, he was talented. I am your friend, Whistle. I want to get down there to New Orleans. And, you know, we have some big news to share today, Leroy, that they announced Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest is going to be from the 7th and the weekend of the 7th and the weekend of the 15th. And if you're a really big freak, you get down there on the 29th for French Quarter Fest, FQF in the JF. And be down in New Orleans for 3 miles or 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I was just reading Martin's thing. I live a mile of the Captain of Security is beyond. Can you get to your own house? I mean, do you have to go through security to get to your house? A mile of that? That's kind of crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man. A mile. I can't imagine what's going on there right now. I mean, I see it all on TV. I mean, I heard all CNN, everybody talking about it, showing the shots on the street. The secrets. They had the FBI, the vet, the National Guard. And now 12 of them are banned. 2 of them made comments. You're a block outside the green zone from a mile in. That is kind of crazy. I know a ton of friends going down there, photographers going down there to shoot it. I'm like, what? It's kind of like asking for trouble. I mean, they're not really giving any permits for gatherings. So that was one of the things that happened the other day. They were able to have that. Jazz Fest. Yeah, I mean, we got to have our fingers crossed for Jazz Fest. I keep changing subjects, but it's because I'm talking about so many fun, interesting, weird things today. But Jazz Fest, you know, I mean, I would spend no problem 3 weeks in New Orleans. I'm going to need it. But I'm just thinking that there's going to be so many other things pushed into those weeks if that happens. I mean, I was talking to some friends about Burning Man today, and they're pretty convinced that Burning Man will never happen again. And that's really sad because they're not going to have any money left. Not going to be able to go. It's not that bad. Hello, Andrew Mitchell. What's not that bad, DJ? Yeah, but you know what they did say? They said that 50 people, you can have permits from BLM for 50 people to camp, and you can all go out there and camp on the playa. You know, everybody just sets up their little camps, 50 people in a camp, and you have your own Burning Man. So you'll take the events for Jazz Fest? You're ready. You'll take the evens? You're going to take the odds, you mean? I'll take the is that what that means, Jim? What are the odds that Jazz Fest happens? What do you guys think? Vote yes or no. Type it into your pad right now. I don't know. I need a poll. That's what I need to have here is a way to put up polls so I can get a thing. 250 round trip tickets from Denver to New Orleans during Jazz Fest. But when do you go? I mean, I'm going to want to go be there the whole time and then even maybe get there for some of the French Quarter Fest too. You know, I think that's amazing. That would be so much New Orleans. I would probably OD. Can you imagine what I'd be like? Sue says 25% chance. DJ, 0. Oh, that hurts. Does that mean no Bonnaroo in the fall? I mean, Bonnaroo, that's a big space, man. You can do it. Nope. Well, my friend Andrew Warren got his notification today. He shared it on his Instagram saying that he's hopefully will get, he said you should have your vaccine by the end of 2021. So I'm wondering, like, if you go down to Mexico, is it kind of like, you know, when you buy your pharmaceuticals at the pharmacy, you could be like, hey, can I have the COVID vaccine, man? How much? How much for 2 vaccines? 2 COVID vaccines. Can I give it to myself? 1 now and 1 in 3 weeks. The mayor says yes if the data supports it, meaning that it's going to happen if the data supports it. Okay. You know that's the next thing, right, DJ? That they're going to have vaccine tourism. It's already happened in Florida. And, hats off to Ron DeSantis. I don't want to blow this guy's horn, but phenomenal job of building your state back up and making it one of the hottest places to live, regardless of how much COVID he has and how many people are getting it. Everybody's moving to Florida. It's unbelievable. The tax breaks for living in Florida, the weather, the real estate values are skyrocketing. Their economy is booming. I know a ton of people going down there to work now. Listen, I won't count anything out. I never thought I'd think about leaving Los Angeles, but Leroy says 30% chance, 35% chance it'll happen. It's 50-50. It's either going to happen or it's not. And we'll know because it'll be other things happening. You would need a lot of people to have the vaccines by then. But if you think about the crowd of Jazz Fest, there's a lot of people over 65. You get a lot of younger people too, but there's a lot of older folks too. And they'll all be vaccinated. You're all going to have it in your phone. They're going to be tracking you. Not like they aren't already. You're already being tracked, by the way. They know everything. Wherever you are, you're a champ. Hey, listen, I think that's a good thing. The only problem is Florida. I don't know. I went down there. I had a good time. I mean, I didn't even go out that much, but people are, at least they have options there. Hey, you want to go out and get sick? Go for it. You want to live like there's no disease? You can. It's your option because, it does suck. I just don't know where we're going from here. And then when we open things back up. So that's the main thing. The old people's fest. Yeah, all the festivals now are going to be things for people 65 and over. Let's face it, that's where the buying power is. So like the Stones, man, can you imagine? Holy crap. All the vaccinated people to see the Stones. Oh my God, I am cracking myself up. Jesus. Jazz Fest, you heard it here first. Jazz Fest, yes. It's true. I mean, if you think about it, like all the people in Economy Hall, like some of those people with the umbrellas, they can barely make it around the fucking room. They're in their walkers with the umbrellas and in their wheelchairs. I love Jazz Fest so much. It's such a celebration of life, such a celebration of music. Oh, it's such a thing for me. You're going to live without being vaccinated? Nobody really wants to hang out with you anyway, DJ. So you don't have to worry about it. It's not like people are like, hey, come on. Well, what happened to DJ? You were antisocial before you didn't want to be vaccinated. Defibrillators everywhere. Yeah, in the little trucks, But I have two minds because obviously, the people in Florida are getting sick and they're having all, it's horrible. But people in California are getting sick too, and we're not doing shit. You can't even go sit down and get a meal. Everything you got to take it out, and then you got to. I'm eating in the car, and I was talking to Kiki about this yesterday because we grabbed lunch and then we're eating in the car. And I was like, when we were little kids, McDonald's, it just opened. We had one McDonald's in Atlantic City out on the Black Horse Pike. It's still there. But they didn't have an indoor restaurant. It was a window. So you'd go up, mom would go up to the window. She'd grab you the burgers and she'd bring it back to the car. And then we'd set up a little table on the back window, put everything out, fries and our ketchup and our milkshakes. And we sit there and we'd eat our McDonald's hamburger looking out. I remember looking out at McDonald's as we were eating. And I remember what a giant move it was as a kid to be like, whoa, you can go to McDonald's and you can eat inside the McDonald's. And now we're back to eating in our cars again. It's like we're recreating like things I never thought would happen again. Or we're all going back. Everything's gone backwards. We're putting the genie back in the bottle. Oh my God. Eating in our cars. I don't mind it that much, except when you get stuff on your shirt. My belly's not quite as big. My diet's been really good. Staying off the meat has been very good. I'm keeping up to all my revolutions and my resolutions and all my lutions and lotions and potions and, keeping everything well lubricated because, one of the things you need. You gotta. We love you too. Leroy, Whistle Monster. I mean, that was a tough season, a hard loss. Man, I could not believe watching Drew get picked off like that. And you could just feel the frustration. Like it came through the screen. You're just sitting there watching TV and you could just see how beaten up he was. And he was sitting on there, like on the sidelines, like watching that thing. And he was just like, oh, fuck, such disappointment. And then seeing him later talking to Tom Brady out there, just like two friends and Tom throwing the ball to the kids, I was like, you see, you beat yourself up. You're like, but you know what? It's part of their life. He's had an amazing career, and hats off. That's all hope that we get be as successful and as dedicated to the task. And, being willing to learn too. He had his ass handed to him last year in the middle of all the BLM. Yeah. And congrats to the Buccaneers. I mean, they did a great job. And Tom Brady, obviously, the Patriots should have held on to Tom Brady for a couple more years. They definitely made him feel it. So I know some of my fans out there don't like it when I talk football, but, I'm kind of frustrated not going to the Super Bowl this year. It's always been on my calendars, one of my most fun weeks of the year. And, the interesting thing about the NFL is it doesn't matter what city they go to. The party's the same in every city. You got this brunch, you got this lunch, you got that dinner, this award show, they just do it in different in the halls. I mean, even a town like New Orleans gets so NFL, but you still can go out and have your fun. But there's all those NFL events that are going to be intense somewhere and weird play. It's just a very strange organization, and that whole thing is crazy. So I love the Super Bowl. I'm bummed I can't be there. The weekend they announced Eric Church is going to sing the national anthem, and if you do your math, that means that's putting him in line to do the halftime show next year, which probably he has a great live show. Eric Church, country artist. So who? Yeah. So go Pack. So who are you? Is that who you root for now? Packers? Is that what it is? Is that a piece of cheese right there? You go for the Packers now that the Saints aren't out in there, Leroy. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be next? I don't know. But it's crazy having a front row seat to history. It's probably the nuttiest thing ever to watch it happen this fast. Like to watch a revolution and then watch the insurrection and then watch the impeachment and now watch everybody get busted. I mean, one by one, the chick with the laptop today is like, they start looking for someone and it's like, yeah, we're looking, the FBI, we're looking for you. And within a day, it's like arrested. And you got to love people's selfies inside the Capitol juxtaposed with the mugshots. I mean, we're getting all this justice so fast. It's like, yes. And interesting what they're saying about the trial where, the senator's like, hey, we witnessed this. It's not like I need to call somebody in. This happened to us right here on the very floor where we're going to talk about it, where we're going to try the case. Let's see them turn their heads on that one. Mitch McConnell today coming out and blaming it on Trump. Of course, you incite people, send them down there, have a rally to get everybody together. Just like, what did he think was going to happen? He knew it was going to happen. That's what's the scariest thing at all. And people were plotting that shit. So I hope they're not plotting anything tomorrow. I want tomorrow to go off without a hitch. They have enough security there to stop, a true invasion. It makes you hope that our government and our security is working hard to secure these important buildings across our nation in the future too, and not to just for now, because this is kind of nuts. So let's see. It's all a prelude to the inauguration. Yes, it's coming up. Here you go. I think Brady and Gronk winning it all one more time would be class for all time. And yes, Belichick was a moron for not keeping the Magic together 2 more seasons. Too short-sighted. I know what you're trying to say there. And Leroy, when they left, way to come through. Here we go. We're in an interesting part of the year. It's winter. It's not winter. It's cold, storms. Meanwhile, beautiful on the West Coast. And we're watching the country. Everybody's glued to their TV sets. You really don't have anywhere else to go. So tomorrow we're all going to be glued, watching the tube, seeing what's going to happen. Fingers crossed. Because we want America to win, folks. Right? You don't want to watch this shit. You don't want to watch us lose. We're all on the team. We're all on Team America. I want to see progress. I don't want to see things go backwards. It was one thing I saw with Trump was him trying to make America great again. First of all, we're great all the time. Let's make America green again. That's what 420 Live is about. I don't even have a vape ready to go for that line. But yeah, make America green again. Let's go. That's our new MAGA We're gonna MAGA it up here coming up. Yes, it wants to go smoothly. We're together on this. We're all together. We all want to have fun. I mean, that's really what this is about. It's about bringing the fun back. Making it fun to be here and not like sitting around waiting. I saw Neil Strauss, the author, tweeted, if this was good, if this was the last week of your life, is this what you'd be doing? If you knew it was the last week of your life, would you be doing what you're doing now? No, I wouldn't. Would you? Would you be doing what you're doing now if it was the last week of your life? Where would you be? And why don't we just live like that all the time? Because everything's happening so fast, probably because we get sick and we'll get sick and we got the COVID in our lungs and I won't be able to smoke the weed no more. Thank fucking God. This is almost over, Renee. Thank God. The no knock policy doesn't work on Capitol Hill. Yeah, they definitely did not rock. Progressive, not a bad word. Not a bad word. We want progress. I want a flying fucking car. I want a little thing that I step into in my house. It's a closet that when you step into it, you go to like France for lunch. A transporter. I want all the stuff I was promised growing up that was going to be here by the time we hit 2020 and not eating in my car like I'm 6 years old and back in South Jersey in front of the fucking McDonald's. Give me a break. I'm done with that. I don't want to do that anymore. That's over. I want to progress. What the hell? That's making America great again? Me eating in my car? Fuck that. So mad. Arg. It makes me so mad. Things were so good. Granted, there's things that needed to change. There's things we needed to push into those little spaces to make things pop the festering wound. Like you think what happened to Trump in the last couple of weeks. I mean, at least he took himself out of the running there and forever again, or anybody in his family. I mean, that family's been totally disrespected. The tube transport system. There you go. Everybody wants to. Jeff Kravitz for intergalactic ruler. Okay. I'm going to 2 flying cars in every garage. Going to MAGA, make America green again, a transporter in every house, and free weed. How about that? Make America green again. Yeah, if you think about it, and this is a thought that keeps running in my head over and over again as I'm watching this horribly malicious transfer of power, is if this guy would have been in for 4 more years, we would have been in the cave rubbing sticks together to start a fucking fire and like eating each other. We would all turn into Army fucking Hammer. Be in there. Be like, I want to cut your toes off and keep it as a memento of this delicious thigh I'm about to eat. I mean, come on. Jeff Kravitz for intergalactic leader. Yes, I want to rule the whole universe, not just America, not just my city. Just leave it to me. 2 flying cars in every garage. A transporter in every closet. Oh, last night I slipped on. You guys got this is it. Thanks, Paul. Happy last days of Trump for you. And Phil, yes, listen, I got a platform I can run on. I'm all about empathy. I am all about compassion. I am all about science. I am all about truth and honesty. And I just want, right and might to progress. I don't want to sit there and watch people lie to you and so that they can, power struggle you. I mean, the Joe McCarthy shit, I thought that stuff ended in the 50s. I can't believe that we came back to it even worse. Like that was way worse than McCarthy, which we've been through the past 4 years, way worse than Nixon, way worse than any other president we had. The lowest rated president in the history of presidents, with the worst economy going out and the most unemployment. I mean, what would happen? What would he have done? He's still in. Let's say he's still in. What would he have done? Fucking nothing. More of this. More death, more destruction, more bullshit. So don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out there, DJT. Thanks for your service. And welcome, Joe Biden. you're the man. You're the man for the moment. You rose to the occasion. You know, I never thought that that you were presidential. I never saw that in you. But you know what? I never my level of who rated as a president, I held to a much higher standard before DJT. And once that guy got in, I realized that my mom could be an amazing president. I'm not taking anything away from my mom. She would be a great president, but you know, it's my mom. She's got other things to do, like cook and take care of the kids when I bring them home. But you know, anybody could be president. The thing that that you have to have as a president is you have to have compassion. Like, I didn't think Mitt Romney would be a great president. And you know what? Mitt Romney would have been a hell of a lot better than DJT. You know, so I lowered my standards, I guess, and anybody could win. You know, but I really think, yeah, the high, and also highest debt ever. What do you expect? Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Smoking Joe Biden. Yeah. You know, I was a Ollie Frazier guy. I'm sure you were too growing up. Smoking Joe Frazier, smoking Joe Biden, you know, it's all right. You can cry. It doesn't make you less than a man in my eyes. I've cried on this show right here. So I can imagine being up there thinking about the emotion of what you've been through your whole life. And then all of a sudden having the responsibility of this whole country and rising to the moment to be able to handle it. And, you know, watching the people you have come in. And, you know, I seen Hawley today, didn't like his DHS choice. Hawley, you shouldn't even be in office. And Lauren Boebert should have just stuck to porn modeling or whatever you're doing before you got in office, because you're going to go out as a treasonous bitch too. Everybody knows you gave that tour. I see you. We all see you. We're all coming after you. Your number's up. This is it. You know, today's the last day. If you're smart, you're getting on a plane and getting the hell out of Dodge before Joe comes in and clamps down, because he's not only going for the people that went in that Capitol building, he's going for all you fuckers the past 4 years that have shut your eyes on this and let this guy go. And, you know, you see the people he's putting in there as Attorney General, and you see the people he's putting into the you know, you have retired General Honore coming in to investigate the Capitol. He is going to uncover it all. That guy does not mess around. And we don't mess around either here at 420 Live. Real men cry, bro. Hey, you know what? We wear our emotions on our sleeves. I'm not afraid of anything. A little bit of tears. We feel it. You know, we're feeling what's happening to us. You know, if you don't, you're a callous son of a bitch. If you're not feeling the tragedy of what our country's gone through, and you think this is good and this is good for us, you know, it's not good for us. It's going to be good for us now, because you can see the knee jerk. The Republicans had a chance. The impeachment number one could have gotten rid of Trump. Vote him out. He's off. Let Pence rule for a year. Run whoever you want for the president. You could have held on to the Senate, or held on, or gotten more votes in the House, or done something. But no, you wanted to support Trump, and you stuck by him for another fucking year. And that year cost us 400,000 people. God rest their souls, every one of them. The 100,000 we lost last month. That's 3,000 a day? No, wait. Yeah, 3,000 a day. 3,000 deaths a day. That is tragic. Yeah. So Trump's going to go on TV. He has his $10-20 million. He has his 20 million. Yep. I saw that interview with Michael Cohen too. We talked about it on the show. I saw his math. His 20 million diehards are going to pay $5 a month. Yada, yada, yada. That's fine. That's fine. He's got it. But you know what? He can't tweet. Do you know what that means? Like, he has no voice. Like, he sat there since they took Twitter away and hasn't been able to comment shit. He's got a press room right down the hall where he could go out and talk to everybody. What's he doing? He's sitting back there hiding. He didn't want to come out and talk to the press because he knows they're going to ask him questions. He lost his bully pulpit. You take his Twitter away, it's like cutting his balls off. That he has neutered out, put him out in the field, done. Can't express his opinion. I got it. Parler's coming back. Who cares about Parler? Nobody gives a shit. Voice to power. That's what it is. You got to speak up. It is beautiful, Jane. Thank you. On Twitch, so nice to see you guys on Twitch tuning in, or Periscope, actually. So nice for you tuning in on there, my Twitter feed, surfing the blue wave. You know, we got to do it. It's coming, and I feel it, and it's beautiful, and it's blue, and it's big, and we're going to ride it home. Like I said, tomorrow, no show. We'll be back here Thursday and Friday with who knows what, talking about who knows what, all based on what's going to happen tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be a nice, easy, smooth day tomorrow. We can just talk about how wonderful it is on Thursday and Friday and, you know, have some guests to distract you all from what it is. But, you know, I appreciate everybody coming in and talking truth to power with me. You know, it's great to see the crowd. You all come in and join us on the end is near, the end is near episode of 420 Live, but not the end of our lives, the end of DJT being a force in our life. And, you know, it has been amazing. They said that the hate, rhetoric, bullshit, election fraud talk has gone down 75% since Trump stopped tweeting. So can you imagine if they would have stopped him earlier? Maybe we would still have like a capital that wasn't, you know, defaced like that. So thank you all. Love you, Sue. Miss you. Hopefully Jazz Fest in October. If not, sometime this summer. Gab is what they're turning to. They're going to talk. You mean all talk? Is that what you mean? Trump's going to be like all talk? Yeah, because he can't do news because he doesn't want to talk facts. So it has to be all opinion. All opinion. You know, my opinion is that you guys all need some synthetic lawn. Yes, that's right. Sinlawn. Sinlawn.com/420live. Check out the site. This smokes very easily. This is the Sour Diesel Sinlawn, the very popular AJ strain, AJ Sour Diesel Sinlawn, environmentally friendly. You know, if you got a nice patio, deck, something that you can't grow grass, you don't want to irrigate, Sinlawn's for you. We got this in our house because you know what? I don't like paying my high water bills. My water bills are ridiculous in California. I'm going to start making my own water. We're going to start a little water factory. But Sinlawn.com, 420 Live, save the water, get your synthetic lawn. And with the water you save from your synthetic lawn, you can have your Grady's cold brew. Yeah, that's right. Make your coffee, Grady's cold brew. It's delicious, Grady's cold brew. Bean bags in your Store Employer pouch. Store Employer. The Store Employer pouch. 36 cups of New Orleans style chicory coffee, Grady's coldbrew.com. Use that code right there, 420 Live, and you'll get 20% off on your Grady's. Grady's cold brew. Delicious, nutritious, and so good for you. Will keep you awake. And you can also make a hot brew with that too. And Ash's Chocolates. Let's talk about our friends at Ash's Chocolates. The 420 Live bar, the CBD bar, it's still happening. It's a half pound of chocolate, potato chips, pretzels, mini M&Ms, coconut flakes, raisins, CBD, milk chocolate, delicious. Mwah. The Ash's family will make this for you. Special. You buy $75 worth of their product. Use the code right there, 420 Live. They'll give you 20% off. And then you'll get that special bar, half pound of chocolate in your bag. I'm not telling you need to eat $60 worth of chocolate, but you can give it to your friends. Give it to your friends. Give it to your family. It is delicious. Grady's is delicious. And, you know, you just make it and you keep it in there. Anyway, Ash's Chocolates. All right, folks. Tomorrow, batten down the hatches. Get your edibles. Load it up. Your Grady's cold brew. I'm going to sit on my synthetic lawn right there. Oh, it's actually nice. Sit on my synthetic lawn. And I'm going to drink my Grady's cold brew. And I'm going to watch the world, the birthing of the world, Birth of a Nation. I was a film major. We had to watch Birth of a Nation. That's a scary movie. You want to watch a scary movie? Watch Birth of a Nation. Thank you all for tuning in. You know the drill. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. Big hug. Thank you all. We will see you Thursday. Hey, tomorrow, if the shit hits the fan, I'll be coming by so we can all watch together. So, but barring that, I will see you on whatever day it is. Thursday, the 21st. Kiki's birthday. I have my daughter's going to be 25 years old. Can you believe that? And look at me. I don't even look like I'm 30. It's amazing, isn't it? Better living through loving and chemistry. Better living through chemistry. There you go. Have a good night, everybody. Joe Biden.